But Rory, most athletes when they're in training for something like this, they try to get off the weight, they try to slim. You know, you don't seem to be a bit concerned about putting on an extra 5 or 10 stone.
No, because you see, it's going to be long. It's going to be a fairly long, hard haul, you see. And if I haven't it on me, I see, if I start off at 11 stone, I'm going to end up at roughly around 7. But if I start off around 20, well, I have a chance to finish the course around just 15, you see, 15 stone. So that, the more grub I eat, the better I think I'm going to finish.
But of course, getting into shape for a 2,500 miles row around Ireland involves a good deal more than just knocking back a half a dozen pints, a leg of chicken and a half a lobster, not to mention the 6 eggs for breakfast every morning.
Well, it's not all eating and drinking, no way. No, I do roughly I do about 5 miles on the road, you know, running, getting into shape, and then I do rake of press-ups, you know, and I have those weights, you know, I lift the weights, I do, and then about 6 miles in the Currach, going hard, you know. And I tell you something, if that isn't training, call me a Dutchman. I know.
Rory himself would be the first to admit that he's far from being fit as a fiddle just now. But over the next few months, he says he's really going to get down to it, and he feels that his experience will stand him in good stead.
It's going to be fairly difficult. The element of danger is, I suppose, it's there all the time, you know, but it's there if you pass the street, put it that way. I think on the hands, it's going to be fairly hard on the hands and on the backside, you know, because you're going to be sitting there for 24 hours a day for 7 days of the week, you know. So, and it's going to take roughly around 2.5 months to do it, you see. So it's going to be fairly hard on those both, on them parts, all right. You can rub a drop of poutine on it, you know, it kind of hardens up the old skin, you know, but it's very hard to get it this weather. Oh, it is. Very, very hard.
But of course, there might be somebody watching tonight now who'd have an idea where you'd be able to get a drop, you know, he might send it to you.
But Jesus, quite welcome now if they send me a few drops, because, you know, it's going to take 2.5 months and it's going to take a fair bit to rub.
Depending on how you look at it, the whole idea of rowing around Ireland is either completely crazy or, on the other hand, highly commendable. One way or the other, it's going to take Rory at least 2.5, possibly 3 months to row his way around the country.
I'll roughly, I'd say, do about between 15 and 20 miles a day. But I won't come in, not every night. I'll stay out probably every week or every fortnight. I'll probably come in the show, and the mentally handicapped association can have their, you know, their collections, as you know, every pint I'll land on, they can have their collections, you know.
The sea off the west coast of Ireland, even at the best of times, is no place for amateurs, but the dangers don't seem to frighten Rory all that much.
So it'll be dangerous, all right, but if a storm blows up, well, naturally I'll have to head for the land, all right, but I'll be roughly, say, 5 miles off the coast at any time. So I don't think the element of danger is not going to be that bad. Well, we only realised the other day that we'd have to get permission from the northern government to go across Northern Ireland. We haven't applied for that yet, but I suppose it'll be okay.
How much do you think a row like this could raise for charity?
I'd say in the region of between 20 and 50,000 pounds.
These days, Rory seems to spend most of his spare time either in the Currach, trying to toughen up the hands, or trying to knock his 18 stone into shape, jogging along the Spiddal Road. Some of his training is, however, to say the least of it, if not altogether original in the aftermath of poor Reggie Perrin, well, somewhat unorthodox by Connemara standards.